What if the single most influential figure in human history was not one man, but three? An Atlantean priest-king who commanded forces beyond our comprehension, an Egyptian god of wisdom who civilized a nation, and a Greek sage whose secret teachings became the foundation of all Western magic, philosophy, and science. Thoth the Atlantean, Thoth the Egyptian god, Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great. We have been taught to see them as separate myths, separated by thousands of years, belonging to different cultures. But what if they were all the same being? This is the story of the greatest secret in antiquity, a secret hidden in plain sight. It is the story of a single immortal consciousness that has guided humanity from the shadows, executing a plan set in motion over 36,000 years ago. This is the definitive story of Thoth, the man who conquered death, built the pyramids, and gave humanity the keys to the universe. And it all begins, not in Egypt, but on a doomed continent now lost to the sea. Long before the rise of Egypt, before Sumeria, before history as we know it began, there existed a mighty empire, the lost continent of Atlantis. While modern interpretations paint it as a mere fable, ancient texts, including those penned by Plato, speak of it as a historical reality. But the most detailed and most shocking account comes from a being who claimed to be there. His name was Thoth, the Atlantean. According to his own record, a collection of ancient artifacts known as the Emerald Tablets, Atlantis was a paradise of unimaginable power. For 10,000 years it reigned as the undisputed master of the world. In this world, Thoth was born. He was not just a man, he was a priest-king, a master of the ancient wisdom, initiated into the deepest mysteries of life and energy. He was a keeper of the great temple, a direct link between the mortal races of men and the children of light who dwelled among them. His father, Thothmus, was the keeper of this temple, and from childhood, Thoth was taught the secrets of the cosmos. He learned of the great law of order, the hidden forces that bind the universe, and the dark potential hidden within the human soul. But Atlantis was not perfect. Its knowledge became a curse. The people, in their arrogance, began to delve into forbidden knowledge. They turned from the light and began to practice dark magic, seeking to bind the lower forces of the earth for their own selfish gain. As the Emerald Tablets describe, downward into the darkness turned the thoughts of the Atlanteans, until at last arose from his Aguanti the dweller, speaking the word. A cataclysm was coming. The very balance of the planet was about to be shattered. Thoth, still loyal to the light, was summoned by this great master. He was given a command, "Gather ye together my people, take them far across the waters until you reach the land of the hairy barbarians dwelling in caves of the desert. Follow there the plan that ye know of." His mission was not just to survive, but to preserve the sacred knowledge. He was to carry a seed of civilization, a spark of the great light to a new land, so that one day humanity might be ready for it again. Thoth gathered his people and entered the great ship, an ark of knowledge. Upward we rose into the morning. Dark beneath us lay the temple. Suddenly over it rose the waters. Vanished from earth was the great temple. As the last bastion of the ancient world sank beneath the waves, Thoth and his small band fled east toward the rising sun on a desperate mission. They were flying towards a new destiny. They were flying towards the land we would one day call Egypt. After a long journey, Thoth's ship arrived over the land of Khem, the ancient name for Egypt. The survivors of Atlantis, masters of science and spirit, had come face to face with the childhood of the human race. The emerald tablets describe the encounter vividly. The hairy barbarians raged, seeking to slay the sons of Atlantis. They were not met as saviors, but as invaders. Faced with this primitive aggression, Thoth had to make a choice. He could have destroyed them. Instead, he chose to teach. He used his power, a science magic far beyond their comprehension, to pacify them. Then spoke I to them in words calm and peaceful, he wrote, telling them of the might of Atlantis. Cowed I them by my display of magic science, until at my feet they groveled when I released them. This was not an act of conquest. It was the first lesson, an awe-inspiring demonstration of a higher order, a higher power, a higher way of life. For the next 16,000 years, Thoth ruled. He took a primitive, broken people and raised them to the light. He taught them writing, law, mathematics, and the mysteries of the soul. He was the great civilizer. The people of Khem, in their awe and reverence, ceased to see him as a man. He became their god. He became Thoth, the god of wisdom, the scribe of the gods, the master of magic. But his greatest work was not a city or even an empire. It was a monument of stone, built for a purpose far beyond what our modern world understands. Thoth built the Great Pyramid of Giza, not as a tomb for a pharaoh, but as a temple of initiation, a machine for enlightenment, and a library of stone. He encoded within its precise dimensions his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and the secrets of the cosmos. It was a beacon, a device for focusing the Earth's energies, and beneath it, he built his true sanctuary. He built the halls of Amenti, the underworld, a place not of death, but of eternal life. It was here, deep beneath the pyramid, that Thoth conquered mortality itself. He wrote, "Deep in Earth's heart lie the halls of Amenti, bathed in the fire of the infinite all." It was in Amenti that he renewed his life, eon to eon, living for thousands of years, guiding his people. He became the link between the mortal world above and the immortal lords of the cycles below. But even an immortal's work can be finished. The civilization of Egypt was established. It could now stand on its own. The time had come for Thoth to depart, to once again pass into the halls of Amenti, to await his next great purpose. He left his records, the emerald tablets, in the custody of the pyramid priests, a chosen few who guarded his secrets, and he left with a promise. "Now for a time I descend, and the men of Khem shall know me no more. But in a time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent, requiring an accounting of those left behind me." He vanished from the world of men. Egypt would eventually fall. The sands of time would bury his secrets. But the consciousness of Thoth was not gone. It was merely waiting. Thousands of years would pass until humanity was ready for his final and perhaps greatest incarnation. The world had changed. The ironclad rule of gods and pharaohs had given way to the birth of the individual, the rise of logic, and the dawn of philosophy. It was into this new world, the world of the Greeks, that the consciousness of thought returned. As he had promised, he was born again. He incarnated one last time, not as a king, not as a god, but as a sage. He became known as Hermes Trismegistus. Trismegistus means thrice great, or 3 times great. Why? Because he was recognized as the greatest philosopher, the greatest priest, and the greatest king. The Greeks recognized this connection immediately. They saw the Egyptian god Thoth and their own god Hermes as one and the same. But this incarnation was different. Hermes Trismegistus was the master synthesizer. His purpose was to take the high, complex, and often hidden wisdom of Atlantis in Egypt and to translate it into a philosophical framework the new logical mind of the Greek world could understand. He became the father of Hermeticism, the foundation of all Western esoteric thought. The very word hermetic, meaning sealed, comes from his name, implying a secret wisdom, sealed away from the profane, available only to the initiated. And his teachings were summarized in a set of principles so profound they still resonate with power today. His most famous axiom, as above, so below, as above, is the master key to all mysteries. It states that the small is a reflection of the large. The universe, the macrocosm, is reflected in mankind, the microcosm. To understand one is to understand the other. But this was just the introduction. The core of his teachings, passed down orally and later compiled in a text called the Kybalion, consists of 7 Hermetic principles. These are the laws of the universe. To understand them is to understand the mind of Thoth Hermes himself. The first principle, mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This is the foundation. It states to everything we see, the entire universe, from a star to a grain of sand, is a mental creation held in the mind of an infinite, unknowable consciousness we call the All. The universe is not just matter. It is a living, thinking reality. And because we are in that mind, our own minds are a part of it. This means we are creators. Our thoughts are not empty things. They are forces. They have the power to shape our reality. This is not just belief. It is the first law of cosmic physics. We have already seen this. This principle states that there is a harmony and agreement between all planes of existence, from the physical to the mental to the spiritual. The same laws that govern a galaxy govern an atom, and they also govern our lives. The law of gravity has a mental equivalent. What goes up must come down. The law of energy has a spiritual equivalent. By studying our own lives, we can learn the secrets of the cosmos. And by studying the cosmos, we can learn the secrets of ourselves. Modern science has confirmed this. From the smallest electron to the largest galaxy, everything is in a constant state of motion. But Hermes took it further. He taught that even thoughts, emotions, and consciousness itself are just vibrations. A high-frequency emotion is love, joy, or peace. A low-frequency emotion is fear, anger, or despair. The principle teaches that one can change their mental vibration at will. You are not a victim of your feelings. You are the master of your own frequency. By raising your vibration, you change your life. This principle explains that opposites are not real. They are merely two extremes of the same thing. Hot and cold are not separate. They are both called temperature. Light and dark are both light. Good and evil are two poles of morality. Love and hate are two poles of emotion. The Hermetic adept learns to transmute one into the other. They can turn hate into love, fear into courage, by mentally sliding along the pole. This is the art of mental alchemy. This is the law of cycles. What goes up must come down. Empires rise and fall. Seasons change. The stock market booms and busts. This law is also in our mental states. After a period of great joy, a low period often follows. The ignorant man is swung back and forth by this pendulum, a victim of his moods. The master, however, learns to neutralize the swing. He does not stop the pendulum, but he steps above it. He finds his center, his equilibrium, and observes the swing without being controlled by it. He achieves a state of mental poise. There is no such thing as luck or chance. Everything happens according to law. Every single thought we think, every action we take, is a cause that will create a future effect. Most people are effects. They are blown about by the will of others, by genetics, by their environment. They are pawns in the game. The master, Hermes teaches, rises to become a cause. He learns to master his own thoughts and actions, and by doing so, he begins to create the effects he desires. He becomes a player, not a pawn. This is not just about physical sex. It is a cosmic law. Everything and every person contains both the masculine and feminine principles. The masculine principle is energy, action, logic, giving and projecting. The feminine principle is space, nurturing, creativity, intuition, and receiving. A balanced person is not all masculine or all feminine, but a perfect harmony of both. The same is true of creation. You can't create anything, a business, a work of art, or a child, without both principles. The masculine must project the idea, and the feminine must receive it and nurture it into being. These 7 principles were the legacy of Hermes Trismegistus. They were a complete system for understanding the universe and mastering oneself. He had taken the ancient power of Atlantis and the divine wisdom of Egypt and sealed them into a philosophy that could never be destroyed, because it lives not in stone, but in consciousness itself. With this, the third and final face of Thoth was complete. His mission was finished. So who was Thoth? A king, a god, a philosopher? The answer, as we have seen, is all of them. He was a single immortal consciousness wearing different masks for different ages, each perfectly suited for the time. As the Atlantean king, he was the preserver, the one who saved the ancient wisdom from the flood. As the Egyptian god, he was the builder, the one who created a new civilization and anchored that wisdom in the physical world. And as the Greek sage, he was the teacher, the one who translated that wisdom for the future, for us. And the one object that links all three identities together is his own personal record, the Emerald Tablets. They were written by Thoth the Atlantean, detailing his life, his journey, and his mastery of Amenti. They were hidden by Thoth the Egyptian god beneath the Great Pyramid to be guarded by his priests. And their contents, the 7 principles, the law of vibration, the secret of as above so below, became the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. The tablets are the unifying thread, the autobiography of an immortal. His legacy is, quite literally, everywhere. The wisdom of Thoth Hermes flowed through the mystery schools of Greece and Egypt. It was studied in secret by the Knights Templar. It became the hidden core of the Rosicrucians and the Freemasons. It fueled the Renaissance, sparking a new birth of art and science. It was the secret obsession of men like Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, and Carl Jung. Every time you hear about vibrations, mental alchemy, or the law of attraction, you are hearing a modern echo of the 7 Hermetic principles. The consciousness of Thoth created the intellectual and spiritual bedrock of the modern world. He gave us the keys, sealed in the indestructible language of principle. The 3 faces of Thoth show us a being who transcended time, a master who played the long game, guiding humanity not with force, but with wisdom. He is the ultimate archetype of the enlightened master, the guardian of the perennial philosophy, the one truth that lies at the heart of all religions, all sciences, and all philosophies. His story is our story. It is the story of the soul's journey from the darkness of ignorance, the caves of Khem, to the brilliance of enlightenment, the light of Hermes' wisdom. In the Emerald Tablets, Thoth left us with a final, chilling promise. He waits in the halls of Amenti, his spirit ever watchful. He wrote, "Know ye, my spirit shall ever be with thee, guiding thy feet in the pathway of light. When ye have passed all the trials, summon thee me by the key that ye hold. Then will I, the initiator, answer, and come from the halls of Amenti, and I will receive the initiate and give him the words of power." His work may be finished, but he is not gone. He is waiting. Do you believe the legacy of Thoth is still alive? And as our own world stands on the brink of chaos and transformation, are we, at last, in the age where his ancient wisdom is destined to be fully revealed once more? The answer, perhaps, lies sealed within you.